Greetings, mathematicians. We are on to subtracting whole and decimal numbers, page 19L and 19R. If you need to add this to your table of contents, go ahead and pause. Otherwise, stick with me. All right, let's go to my page. I've got some of this already blocked out. Something I do want to make sure I'm putting in is my page numbers. Gotta stay organized. And let's go ahead and zoom in on my 19L, my 19 left page. Make sure you've got your correct date up in the corner, whatever day you're doing this. Unit 2, Lesson 6, subtract whole and decimal numbers. Objective, I will subtract whole and decimal numbers into the thousands place, period. Read it with me. I will subtract whole and decimal numbers into the thousandths place. All right, and just a little bit of vocab. We're gonna make this a super quick video today. Let's talk about the break apart model. Now, this is a model that I'm sure you've seen before. We just wanna use this to build our understanding of addition and subtraction. Grab a couple of extra pens for this. So if, for instance, the top of my first mountain is 4,000, and one of the bottoms is 164, and over here I've got 3,836. What is the relationship between these three numbers? How are they connected? Any ideas? So if I have this up top, I have 4,000, and I split it, I break it apart. What does that mean? What do these two numbers have to do with one another? Well, we could start with a break apart and say 4,000 is equal to which two numbers adding? 164 plus 3,836. Is there another order that I could put these two? Yeah, you're right. I could switch up my add-ins. Let me keep my answer. Instead of 164, I could move this one, 3,836 plus 164. Are both equations true? All right, let's think of it another way. Is there a different operation that we could use and make this true? Well, instead of starting with our equation here, let's stick with our total. Say 4,000. Instead of equal, let's subtract. Let's take away. Let's take away 164. What would your answer be? Remember, there's three parts to this break apart model. I'm keeping these two, so the answer is bound to be the missing piece, 3,836. All right, let's think deeper. Is there another way that we can show the relationship between these three numbers using subtraction? Sure, let's stick with our 4,000. 4,000 minus, we already subtracted 164. Let's use the other add-end, 3,836. What do we end up with? That's right, 164. So we can use this break apart model to solidify our understanding that two numbers that add together to equal a greater number can be rewritten as a subtraction problem. So we can use a thing called inverse operations. Let's take a look at another one. This time, let's make it a decimal. 8 24 hundredths. Let's go with 3 and 57 hundredths. And I'm just going to put a line here so I don't get confused. I keep everything to the right. And my last color, let's go with 4 67/100. So the same can be true about these numbers. So if these are a part of the same break apart model, let's start with the biggest number. 824 is equal to 3.57 plus 4.67. All right, let's swap these two. Let's 4.67 plus 3.57 equals, stick with our total. Let's bring it down. Let's use the inverse operation or the opposite. 8.24 minus 8.24 minus equals. What do you want to start with? You want to subtract 4 and 67 or 3 and 57? All right, let's go with this one. It'll be 4 and 67. Here, the answer will be 4 and 67. This one, the answer is 3 and 57. And here, my subtrahend is 3 and 57. So this break apart model is all about showing relationships. All right. If you need to pause this to get it in your notes, go for it. Otherwise, stick with me. All right, let's get to the brass tacks. Let's get down to the bottom of our objective. It was about subtracting. And I know the 4th grade team has taught you this method. We're going to be referring to this as ungrouping, but your parents, your former teachers, they might have called it borrowing, and that's okay. So essentially, borrowing can be done in subtraction problems. When we have a bunch of zeros, it becomes a little more complex. Say it with me, complex. A little easier to make a mistake. So let's start with the hard one. Let's zoom in here. I can't take 4 away from 0. So I can go place by place by place, ungrouping or borrowing. So 0, I need to make it something bigger. It has to become a 10. And this also becomes a 10. And then this becomes a 10, and this becomes a, we're ungrouping by 10, so it becomes a 3. This becomes 9. So 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 1, 8. 3 minus nothing stays 3. We're going place by place borrowing. Essentially, you're asking the person next to ungroup. This is a totally acceptable way to solve this problem. Let's do place by place borrowing with a non-zero problem. Can't take 9 away from 18 or from 8, so this needs to become 18. So I need to borrow from the 2. The 2 becomes 12. So I can borrow. I have to take 1 away, so it becomes 11. And let's see, 18 minus 9 is 9. 11 minus 3 is 8. In that situation again, I need to borrow, right? So this becomes 15. This becomes 2. 15 becomes 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. Bring down the 2. 2,789. This is possible. Today I want to show you an alternate, something that you might not have done before. It's called ungrouping all at once. And I'm going to zoom out so you can see the difference as we go. Instead of going line by line by line, we're just going to start by deconstructing 4,000. So we could say 4,000 is equal to 3,000 plus 900 plus 90 plus 10. So essentially that 10 I need to borrow. So now I can go to my whole thing and I can go all at once and use this as your guide. Your 4,000 now is 3,000. Look at your hundreds place is now 9. Your tens place is now 9. And your ones place is now 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. And I'm kind of at a slant here. Let's try to keep it organized. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8. 3 minus nothing is 3. Bam. I did it all at once by deconstructing the largest number. If you know how to do this and it works for you, that's great. There's a lot of places that you can make a mistake in this form of ungrouping. This one, all in one shot, and it's all based on place value. Now, I know what you're thinking, Mr. McNeil, how can I do this with decimals? So let's look at a number that has zeros. Oh, Mr. McNeil, I don't see the zeros in this one. Well, let's take a look at our whole number. Where's the decimal hiding? That's right, to the right of the whole number. So let's rewrite the problem and stack it. And I need to line up my decimals to add and subtract. What is missing? Let's put in some trailing zeros, just so we're nice and even and organized. And let's go through. Now, let's use that same method. I'm going to borrow across the whole amount. So I know I need 10 here. So let's write this up top. Let's say 6.00 is equal to 5 plus 0.9 plus 0.10, because I'm borrowing. So I'm saying 10 cents, 90 cents, plus 5 wholes makes $6. All right, so let's borrow across the whole and say our 6 is now a 5. Our tens place is now a 9. Our hundredths place is now 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring down your decimal. 5 minus 1 is 4. So we end up with 4 and 44 hundredths. So your two options, the parent way, the former teacher way, or you can step in and try to do ungrouping all at once. All right, my friends, you're going to be on Think Central, Unit 2, Lesson 6, PMT homework, which is classwork, because everything's done at home. All right, friends, have a great day.